Hello everyone, this is Stitching in Chaos, Linda, and today is Friday, December 9th, and I'm here to do another combination video. I was not able to do a floss tube on Monday, so I'm just going to include everything at once. I wasn't able to do a floss kit tube because my grandson, who I'm sure I mentioned it in the last video, was sick. We took him to urgent care on Sunday, and it turned out he had the flu and a touch of bronchitis. So he was home for a few more days. He's feeling a lot better now, and he's back at school. So life is somewhat getting back to normal. Um, Trying to think some life updates. I did pick up my husband on Friday night after our cookie swap that I went to. Actually, he came with us, so I picked him up first, and then we headed over to the cookie swap, and he's doing well. Um, yeah, he's doing well. He's glad to be home. It was a long trip for him, but I'm glad to have him home. I'm really happy to have him home. I didn't realize I would miss him as much as I did. So things are getting back to normal in that area also. Just happy to see everybody together and feeling well. Cookie swap went okay. I did eat a few things that I probably, it's okay. I counted points and stuff. Thankfully, Terry was very good at knowing the points to most of the things, so I was able to stay on track in that area. It was a good night. It's really good to be around people. Let's see. My daughter, I did not mention last week. A little background about my daughter. She was born with a cleft palate. And so all of her life, we've had to keep an eye on her ears, and she had surgery at 10 months old to fix it. It was just the soft palate, so it's further in the back, nothing noticeable. So as she got older, she was doing really well, but all of a sudden she was getting a lot of ear infections, which is very common with cleft palate. So we went to the doctors, and it turned out she had cholestomia growing in her ear, and it ate through her eardrum, ate the bone behind the eardrum, all of it, did quite a bit of damage. They were able to get it all out. They had to reconstruct her eardrum. They put a piece of titanium in there, so that's holding the eardrum up. But ever since, she's had a hole in her eardrum. And after 2 surgeries, she did not want to have another surgery because the first surgery is a very delicate surgery. The doctor had said that any nerve he could touch could paralyze her face. So it's amazing what they can do. But her side effect of the surgery was half of her tongue she couldn't taste for quite a while. I want to say a couple of years. Part of her tongue was numb. So any food that she ate, she tried to eat on the other side. I think it's on this side. So any food she ate, she was eating on the other side. And now she says it still tastes different. So there are certain things that she'll eat over here and they'll taste better, and it's a whole thing. The other side effect is the eardrum never did recover completely. So she has a hole there. She does not want another surgery to fix it. The downside to that was she has to wear earplugs when she goes swimming. She can't get any water in there at all. And slowly, at first, it wasn't a big deal. There were certain sounds that she could not hear. But over probably the last 5 years or so, it's gotten progressively worse. And hearing aids were mentioned by the audiologist of the pediatric facility, but her doctor always said that it was she was fine without it. It wasn't going to help as much as we hoped it would. So we never did push for the hearing aids. Since she started working, she was working at Bed Bath & Beyond, she noticed she really cannot hear customers, and she's starting to really struggle. So we were able to go and get her one hearing aid, and oh, the excitement on her face. I'm going to share. Whoops, that is not what I meant to show. So here we go again on that end. Where is that? Let me see. something. I was playing around with my camera today, and I probably should not have, but I did. So, I know what I did. So what I need to do is I need to figure out how. I have it set to a certain thing to show. Oh, I'll just switch it over. Okay, so here we go. All right, so there she is. She is learning how to put it in her ear, and she has already gotten a taste of what it sounded like. At the moment I was talking to the audiologist, and the moment I started talking to her, at the moment the hearing aid got turned on, the look on her face was completely amazing. And I was like, oh, and her face lit up, and she's so happy she can hear. And there's a lot of benefits to hearing aids nowadays. I ended up getting a new set of hearing aids last year, and it is so different from 12 years ago when I had my other hearing aids. Now it connects to your phone, so you don't need ear pods or anything like that, because the music from the phone goes straight to the hearing aid. Phone calls go straight to the hearing aid. It is absolutely amazing what it can do. So you can see here, she was so thrilled. So thrilled. I was so happy for her. I can't think of any other real life updates. So let's move on to the health journey. Like I said, I did okay, but we bought home cookies. I had to make cookies. We bought home cookies, and I like cookies, and they're sitting around, and nobody's really eating them. So I've been eating a few cookies here and there throughout the weekend. I started to notice I was starting to swell, which is a sure sign that I'm not eating well. So I tried to take care of that situation by eating more whole foods on Tuesday or Wednesday, and just focusing on whole foods and staying away from anything that was processed, including the cookies. So Thursday weigh-in was a gain of 1 point. So that means I gained 5 pounds. Gained 5 pounds in 2 weeks. I will admit I'm discouraged, but I know that it's just a season, and I need to just refocus and get back on track. It's going to be difficult. I've got some things going on this week. I've got a Christmas party next weekend, not this coming weekend, but I've got to make lasagna, and I've got to make more cookies because I got to make Christmas cookies. The year that I did not do that, there was so many disappointed family members. So I'm going to focus on some of the best cookies that I've asked individual family members which one, if they could choose one that they love most. So I'm just going to focus on that. I think there's like 4 that they chose out of like 9. I've got a plan. I am going to focus on giving them away. We also have a neighbor upstairs I can give them to. We've got the office in our building I can bring them to. You know, I know that there's things I can do to make sure that they just go. And what's left here will be what my immediate family likes to eat. And I'm going to do my best to, if I have a cookie, it's not a big deal. If I have more than a cookie, that's where it comes into play. That's where things get a little bit dangerous for me. So, and I have to make sure I always track it. So we did come up with a plan. Terry, Joe, and I had a cookie swap, but they were Weight Watcher conscientious healthy cookies. And we had that on Thursday. I made a peanut butter cookie. Simple ingredients. It just called for peanut butter, which I went for Crazy Richards because it's healthy. It's just peanut butter, nothing else. 2 eggs and monk fruit sugar substitution. It's just 3 ingredients. It makes up to 27 cookies as long as they're small enough. And uh, Terry made some cookies and Joe made some cookies, and we got together and we swapped on Thursday. We made sure we all made like 18, so we got a half a dozen of every cookie. And I'm going to show. They were good. They were really good. I tend to get nervous when it comes to cookies, and we don't want it that way. We want it this way. There we go. So this here is Terry's lace cookies. Very good. This is the peanut butter cookie, and then Joe made, I think she said it was brownies, and oh, I could be wrong. I can't remember if there's like Greek yogurt in there or something, or I don't remember, but it was really good. So we've got a stash of that. And I've got a few cookies also that were given to me at the cookie swap that were low points. Terry had made a pumpkin cookie and somebody else made a cookie that was 3 points, I think. So I now have a little bowl with, covered up, and it has the cookies that I can eat that are lower points. So I am going to space that out. It's in the fridge, so it will last a little longer. Because that's one of the big things about this. The peanut butter cookie that I made, it said it's fine out of the fridge for 3 to 4 days, and after that, it needs to be refrigerated for a week or in the freezer. So they're not overly processed with a bunch of things to make them last longer, which is a good thing. So yes, that was a lot of fun. And Terry made this chicken taco soup that's on the Weight Watcher app, and that was so good. I plan on making it. It was really good. So yes, we had a good time. So that's our plan to get through cookies through Christmas. I know that there's some cookies that I make that I'm going to want to taste, and that's okay. But the bulk of it is going to be this and fruits, because I just bought a whole bunch of fruits and some frozen fruits, and going back to smoothies, and got to get back into vegetables and all of that fun stuff. So yes, exciting. So I figured I would share. Can't really say much about what I ate this week unless I took a picture of it. Some of these are from maybe 2 weeks ago because I know I haven't really updated. So I just wanted to give you a little touch of what I've been eating. So here we go. This is a chicken salad. If you've ever tried Real Good frozen chicken strips, they are really good. They're low in points. I can't remember exactly how many points they were, but they were definitely low in points. Another good one is cauliflower chicken. I like both of them. This one's a little bit less costly, but it was really good in the salad, and I got the spicy, so it was so good. And then I used some Primal Ranch. This is a little less processed, so that was really good. And hopefully I'm going in the right direction. Yes, eggs. These are eggs, and I used 1 point chicken sausages, spinach, and a sprinkle of feta cheese. I have my feta frozen in 1 ounce or half an ounce chunks. So half an ounce chunks, and so I just grated it over the top. That's a really good breakfast. Very filling. Salmon and asparagus has become my absolute favorite meal. Love this. And it's 0 points depending on what you put on it. So that was great. I had some of that this week because my husband's getting a little sick of salmon. So we made sure to have that before he came home. It was actually last week. And my husband wanted to go out for lunch. And I forgot how many points this was. Let me see. Everything in it. It was chicken, spinach, tomatoes. Oh, what was this? I'm going to have to look that up really quick. I have been trying to do better with eating out and making sure that I eat something that's a bit healthier. My husband ordered a Reuben, and I was craving it so bad. I did take a bite. I took a bite. I was fine. All good. I think it's okay as long as you have control to enjoy a bite of something. So let's see. It was last Saturday. It is a place near us called When Pigs Fly. Very good. You know what's weird? It's not showing up in here. Oh, there it is. It was honey Dijon mustard. So there was mozzarella cheese, honey Dijon mustard, and the bun is the bulk of it because the mozzarella cheese is 3 points, the mustard is probably about 2, and the bun, when I looked up bun separately, it was about 7. So I did 7 points for this. I did 11 points total for this. It would have been nice if I just maybe took off half the bun and ate it with a fork and knife. Probably would have been a better choice, but it was definitely good. So I would love tips on how you eat out and survive on Weight Watchers. We like eating at some of the, mom and pop type stores. So it's very difficult to find points for them versus the restaurant section of the app where you find all the chains and things like, restaurants that are more well known. But we like visiting mom and pop places. So I'm trying to think if there's anything. I think that was it for this. Oh, yes. Okay, my favorite breakfast. This is my favorite breakfast. It is, I've got in here peaches, cherries, and blueberries. And, bananas, of course. You see the bananas. And then on top of that is Greek yogurt with some, just maybe a half a tablespoon. We'll just say 1 teaspoon of maple syrup on top. Love that breakfast. I ran out of yogurt, so I'm going to take a break from it for now and go back to smoothies for now. But this is my favorite breakfast. It is 4 points for the whole thing, depending on how much maple syrup you use. So, yeah, and I believe that is it. So, I don't really remember what the meeting was about. I did make it to the meeting, but I don't remember what it was about. There's actually one more. I should have just looked first. That's okay. Chicken stew. I made chicken stew. Very delicious. It would have been less points if I had used chicken breast instead of thighs. But that's okay. This ended up being 6 points for a cup. And it just had, your usual. It had your peas, your carrots, a potato. There was a couple of potatoes in there, but I weighed that out and put that in. Green beans and the chicken thigh. So I definitely would do it with the chicken breast next time. I think my family is getting a little tired of chicken and turkey. So I decided to go with the thigh because it has a different flavor. And everybody seemed to like it. So yeah, not bad. I would like to know how much it would have been. It probably would have been like 1 or 2 points if I did chicken breast. So yes. So that was my weekend food. My plan for next week, I'm just gonna try to make it through, I guess. I'm not really sure what we're making throughout the week. I'm gonna try and keep it simple because I've got a lot of baking to do, and of course getting ready with the lasagna and stuff. I'm gonna make myself an eggplant. I think it's called 3 cheese eggplant something on Weight Watchers. I might actually have the card for it because I've seen the card. Let's see. If you go to Weight Watcher meetings, you should definitely check out the card recipes. Let's see. I know it's in here. So, there we go. Baked eggplant with 3 cheeses. So I've made this before. It was very good. Very good. So that will be my meal. And everybody else can get regular lasagna. And I'm thinking about making a crock-pot cake just to make things a little easier. If I decide to have some, I probably will. To be absolutely honest with you, I probably will have some chocolate cake. but I will make sure we have these little bowls, like really little bowls, and I will measure out just a little bit and I will eat it and I will enjoy it. I am going to just try to restrain on the other things. I'm not really sure about appetizers at this point. I'm not really sure I need to go there. I did think about cocktail sausages with maybe 1 point bacon wrapped around it instead of picking the blankets because we know the dough would be more points and that could be good. We'll see. We'll see. I will figure it out and we will get through Christmas. And then after Christmas, it's done. Hopefully the cookies will be dwindling away and we could just start the new year. I do not want to start the new year 20 pounds heavier. I just need to get through and then we can start fresh. But I don't want to stop and give up completely either because then I will be 20 pounds heavier. So I'm just going to get through it. We've got a lot going on. I have a lot of friends and family who are just going through a lot right now. And I know I mentioned last week that I tend to take on everybody's emotions and burdens. And I'm really struggling with that right now. I've got family members that are having a lot, like immediate family members that are having a lot of things going on. So it's hard. It's stressful. And I just need to work through this. I just need to get through this. It's not over. It's just a season. It's a season where things might be a little difficult and it will get better. It is not going to be that all or nothing mentality. That's not what I'm going to do here. So just get through the next 2 weeks. That's all I want to do. Let's move on to floss tube. So stitching. I told you about my plan last week and I have been doing really good with that. So I am excited to show you some of the things I've been doing. So I have buried my stuff. Let's see. We know about my happy planner. And we know that I've been doing a Christmas Advent. Pull this out. And every day, put this off, I have a envelope right here that I keep in my planner. And every day I pull a sticker from the envelope. I pull a little card from the envelope. I'm going to move my planner. And when I do whatever's on the card, after I finish it, I put a sticker on my tree. So I'm decorating the tree. The star will be the last thing on the tree. So, and on the back of this card, I have all the cards that I've already pulled. So, I did not count stitches. That will change next year. We've got a challenge going on, planned. I will tell you all about it maybe next week. But for now, did not count stitches because we just kind of just came up with this plan. It's kind of fun to have planned. So, December 1st was Proverbs 31 sampler, which I shared last week. So I did that. That was fun. I'm excited to pull that again in the next month, well, for the next year, because I'm going to be doing, got a plan for that. If you missed all that, you can check out last week's video where I share those plans. So December 2nd was the temperature tree. And this is the tree. It's by Stitching Mommy. And I actually bought this a few years ago, but I am doing last year's temperatures. I have not finished the tree yet. Don't get too excited there. Working on it. But I've got all the temperature for this past year. I really want it to be for 2022 because it started off really rough and it's getting better. Even though it feels like it's ending rough in a way, it's still nothing compared to last year. Last year, just before the beginning of the year, my husband and I had COVID and we were both hospitalized. So it was a rotten start to the year. But things have gotten better. Everybody is fine health-wise. So whoops. Oh, not that one. You know, I had this in order. I really did. Hold on one sec. Let's move it back. one day I will get better at this. And I know it would have been a whole lot easier if I just did a different method. Oh, I know why. And it's because this is a different format. That is not showing up. Hold on one moment. Oh. Oh my goodness. Let's try this again. So, you're changing screen number 2 to, this is difficult. Here we go. So that was my starting point of temperature tree. And let me pull it out. Nope. Nope. Where's my temperature tree? There you are. Okay. Let's see. Oops. So as you can see, this part here is where, can you see that? Nope, because I'm looking at the wrong screen. So right here, right here. That is what I've done. So that was all done on the 2nd. When was the 2nd? I don't even know. 3, 8, 9. So, but yeah, so happy with my progress that day. So I'm going to move that over. Actually, put it back where it goes. So yeah, that was a temperature tree. And the next thing I did, get back up there, was the 3rd, I picked Gilmore Girls out. So make sure this is going to do it properly this time. Here we go. Photos. Okay. Yeah, it's Gilmore Girls. So this is by Stitcheria. It wasn't available last time I checked, but this is where the purchase was made, and I am doing the sign. It's a little slightly different color because I'm doing it according to the first episode. So let's see, where is my, here we go. So this is what I've done so far. Oh man, I have to leave soon. Okay, let's get this through this quickly. So yes, so I finished off the sign, and now I have to work on the border and the lettering. So the next one, my mom gave me this piece. It is a cross. It is called All Things Possible, and we discovered that she messed up. So right over here, it was supposed to be 5 spaces, and she had 6, which means this was messed up down here. So I had to fog it. I'm glad I counted it first. I had to fog it before I started, and then I was able to get back basically what she, so yes. So she was having a hard time seeing it. She says she just can't cross stitch anymore, so she's sad about that. So she asked me if I could possibly finish it. So the next thing was Let's Talk Stitching. Let me show you the pattern for that. Or the picture, sorry. Not the pattern. So this is Let's Talk Stitching. And this is where I've started. I just have the X. And let's see. This is where I'm at. So I've got 2 more X's done. It's funny because the X looks white in the picture, but it's not white. So Next up was the pandemic. I bought this, or actually it was free at the time. Oopsie. Okay, that's not going to go in. It's okay. I am rushing. The Pandemic, which is by Long Dog Sampler. And this is where I started. So, and oops. So I was able to go a little further down, just a little further down here. So I added this little part and then over here. So not too much, but sadly, I did not use the pattern keeper when I started this. So I was trying to update the pattern keeper. So I spent a little bit more time doing that. And I still haven't completely updated it because the edges are a lot. So that's okay. It will get done. Then the Create Every Day. So Create Every Day. Actually, last week there was no E. So when I showed you last week's video of what I accomplished, I still needed to start the E. I ended up picking this on the 7th. So that was Wednesday. This came up on my card. So now so I started the E this week, and I still need to finish the E, but that's okay. I tried doing this when I was really tired, and I kept messing up, so that's okay. We are getting there. And then yesterday was Strawberry Harvest. Strawberry Harvest is a hard one for me because it is on 40 count linen, and my eyes are not the best. So I was also messing this one up. I think for the next one I do in this series, I'm definitely going to pick a less counted fabric and not linen. So this is it. This is where I was. And did not do too much. So let's see. If you can see in the old one, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little flowers. So all I did was this little section right here. That's it. But that's okay. So definitely enjoying this. I've stitched every single night for at least 20 minutes. So I'm happy about that. Let's see. Oh, and I did do Sadberry. I only did 2 stitches. 2 stitches. I keep saying stitches. 2 threads. If you notice, I'm trying to get rid of my parking stitches. So, and that's for this pattern right here. My Isabella. And so I managed to finish off 2 of the stitches. So it's now further down here. So, you know what? I feel like this is the same. Wrong picture, but that's okay. So basically down here is what I've done, all of that. So yeah, so because I need to go quickly, I'm going to let you see what I picked for the next one. Not looking. What do I got? Oh, Gimel Goes again. I get to do Gimel Goes again. Let's get rid of Gimel Goes. So that's what I will work on tonight. So finish that sign. Okay, well, I need to go, so I will be back next week. Hopefully I'll make a video on Monday specifically for FlossTube. And I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.